Thank you so much for everyone that's coming to watch this. Thank you so much. Joe Comfort. I'm digital marketing head at Glotel. Glotel is a company that helps people, connecting talents to opportunities. So we help in different diverse ways, fields basically. But one of the major ones we look at is, helping people um get their endorsement for the global talent visa, people that are looking to immigrate outside the country, to another country, say US, UK, and other leading countries on the talent visa route. So we help them, navigate the endorsement stage to actually when they get their visa. So today we are going to be talking about something, in that space too. I mean, we are going to be talking about how people can write a personal statement that is going to, stand out and make them actually get the visa. Because personal statement is like one of the criteria things you have to write when you're applying for the global talent visa. So today with me, I have an expert coach. He's also a UK global talent visa recipient. He has also helped people to also acquire the global talent visa as well. I have with me here Mr. Andrew. Mr. Andrew, thank you so much for coming up with me here. It's so
Thank
nice to
you
have
so
you.
much for having me, Comfort.
Thank you so much for being here. So, Mr. Andrew, can you briefly introduce yourself and share your journey to receiving the global talent visa for the UK?
Okay. Thank you so much for having me. Okay. You already mentioned, my name is Andrew Onabu. Yeah, I came into the UK for my master's in data science. I studied data science at the University of Salford here in Manchester. So before coming here, I studied computer engineering at Michael Obran University of Agriculture, Umudike in Abia State, and did some IT jobs and some voluntary work within the digital technology space. So I think that's really helped me. So on the course of my study masters, I engage in so many other maybe activities which I'll probably share on the course of
Yeah.
this call. Yes. Yeah. Do you want me to talk more about maybe what drives why I decided to go for this global talent visa? Is it the
Yeah,
time?
yeah, yeah. We would like to know. We would like to know
Oh,
if
okay, good, good,
just give us
good.
like a little insight of what inspired the journey.
Yes, okay. What inspired me is that I I like the flexibility this kind of visa gives, right? Despite
Okay.
the fact that yes, I already got a sponsored job, right?
Okay.
But I just don't want to be, you know, uh, just to depend on a company's sponsorship, if you get what I mean, because
Yeah.
I'm such a person that enjoys my,
Mhm.
freedom and
Freedom. Yeah.
yeah. So I know things may change, right? Things change in immigration rules and all of that. So I wouldn't want my hopes to just be tied on another company's, ability to sponsor me and stuff like that. So, and couple of other reasons, yes,
Okay.
like the ability to even start your own stores. Like I'm eligible to start my company if I want to.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm also eligible to work for any company I want to work for. So so many other opportunities, yeah, it
Yeah.
gives ability to talk with to people, help people as well. Like I know I've helped a couple of persons get this global talent visa just within a space of like 1 year. I got this visa because I got this endorsement last year, beginning of June last year, and within a space of 1 year, I have helped a couple of persons get this
Wow.
endorsement, and this gives me joy to see me being a part of someone's success.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's very nice. Speaking of freedom, one of my team members actually calls the visa the peace of mind visa that it gives you that freedom that you
Seriously,
can actually have peace of mind.
it is.
That's what
It
he
is.
calls it. So it's really nice. Okay, so what is the role of a personal statement in the global talent visa application process? From your experience, what do you think makes it like like what's your level of this thing for it? Like how would you define it to say a 5-year-old or something? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Personal statement in a nutshell is the ample opportunity to tell your word story, right?
Mm.
Tell your story. And it's like when you're giving an open check, somebody like me, if you give me an open check, don't expect me to sign like 100
This
pounds. So I
million.
will sign a lot of money.
Wow.
You had better give me, okay, this is, the range.
The range or something.
So, personal statement is an opportunity for someone to tell their story. Like in my own, I started from what drives my interest, what I've been doing right from my um, 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 my ND program, because I did National Diploma in Computer Science,
Okay.
right,
Wow.
at Abia State Polytechnic. After
Okay.
that, I worked there for Abia Poly, So
Okay.
I started from, if I before that, this thing, I even started from childhood. What
Wow.
draws my interest, right? Then jumped into where I did some of the community works I've been doing right from being part of NACOS, National Association of Computer Science Students, and also jumped into, when I entered the university, I did my Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Engineering at Michael Opera University of Agriculture, Umudike, right? And also, what I did while I was doing that, and a couple of other things, Then what I did when I graduated from my Bachelor of Engineering, Computer Engineering degree. So I started telling them that, also mention my work, what I did, some jobs I did, when I started a company, stores I did there, even while I was at while I was doing my national youth service
You
for
said this.
NYSC. Yeah. I also mentioned some of the things I did there, like being, if you know about Said, I was part of the people, voluntarily teaching other people IT skills. And
Mm.
also, when I came here, stuff I did have helped people. There was, I've been able
Mm.
to, get from different people, different organizations, the impact I made in my uni, so many of them, I use that opportunity to do what? In fact, what I tell people is make sure you are able to connect all your evidence with your what? Personal statements.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
but in doing that, make sure you follow the rules. Strictly follow the rules of not exceeding 3 pages.
Mm.
3 pages of A4 paper. You get what I mean? Don't make sure you don't
Mhm.
make it to exceed that number of pages. Yes,
Yeah, okay, okay,
yes,
wow, that's nice. I mean, this would be like an insightful tip for people like the Nigerian students, because I, for one, didn't know that the things like the SAE, the NYC were that relevant to me. I didn't think that. So, for you to actually talk about this, it means, wow, we should really be paying attention to these things. So,
yes,
I, yeah, that's just the thing. So,
yes.
while you're still
Couple
trying
with
to
other
list,
things I added,
wow,
because they want to see the track record of whatever you are doing or whatever you are putting forward, right? You must not just, okay, because you want to apply for global talent visa, just start doing it a month or 2 months before that. I advise people, please make sure you have a track record,
mm,
right? Track record of whatever you are putting up. It's very
mm,
important. There are a couple of works I did here in the UK as well. I'm the one that um, founded BCS at the University of Suffolk. That's my uni, right?
okay,
BCS is British Computer Society. That's the
mm,
Chartered Institute responsible for IT. Chartered Institute for IT. Right? So, and so many other stuffs I did. Like teaching
mm,
kids on how to, code. In different
mm,
places. Like the work I did working with, my previous employer as a then, like them my employer, but now previous employer, I
Okay.
worked with the government HMRC here in the UK. Some of the tools I was involved in creating and stuffs like that, so many other stuffs I was able
Wow.
to, yeah. So,
Put
so
together, yeah.
all of these things put together, gave me the endorsement I was seeking for.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. That's very nice. So, while you're still trying to understand the personal statement, right? Why is it important to craft a compelling statement for this visa? Like, is it that necessary? Can you just, do away with anything you put forward? Must it be compelling? Why is it that important to do that?
Yes, yes, it's very, very important that you make it to be, compelling, right? Number one, it will make them know that, okay, this guy or this lady is real, right? What you're saying is true, right? So it must be compelling. So how do you make it compelling? You need to do what? Add all these things, both the what you did voluntarily, and what you did, in your day-to-day job, stuff like that, and the impact. The major thing they are looking for is what? The impact. Impact of your work. It's not about what you've done. You might have built maybe the whole of Nigeria, but what is the impact? What value has this thing added what to people? In doing that, in fact, even for people that have helped in appealing, or we call it reviewing, but to make it very much understanding for people, when you apply for global talent visa endorsement, if you get rejected, you have an opportunity for what? Appealing it, right? So many people have appealed for and they got. It's just because of simple mistakes like that we are not able to what, make the reviewers, understand, okay, their personal statement or stuff like that. So during their appeal process, you'll be able to what? Open their eyes more. There are so many gray areas in the guideline, right? So that's why most times it's always good you ask questions, look out for people that have that experience that will be able to, help. And the kind of good work you people are doing now to, have these, recordings, videos out there, it's really gonna help a lot of people, because I could remember leveraging on YouTube. In fact, if you tell me if I hear any YouTuber's voice, if once the person talks about global talent
Global.
visa, I will tell you the person's name.
Wow. Wow.
That's
That's
what it is, because I had to thoroughly go to YouTube. What I did, I typed global talent visa. In fact, that's how I learned so many things, because the guideline is okay, but there are too many gray areas. So
yeah.
you need someone that has experienced it to a kind of put you through in some things. So it
Yeah.
has to be a compelling one, very, very important, so that they will know that you are not just in Nigeria we call it forming. You are not just forming it, like
You're
yeah.
just not just
Because I know
faking
so
it,
many.
you're just saying it for the same sake.
Yes, so that they will know that yeah, you are really telling your story. It's not that you are trying to confuse them. Rather, you need to convince them. Okay, this is what it is, and they have to like believe you. Yes, that's
Wow.
why it needs to be compelling.
Yeah, that was very
And
insightful. So, yeah, that, that was very, very insightful. I mean,
thank
like,
you.
it's just funny that that very little thing can just, make them reject your this, thing so they can. Oh God, that wow, that's
Yeah.
really wow. That's okay. So let's move over to how to actually structure this personal statement. What are the key elements that should be included in a personal statement for the global talent visa? Like from your experience and from the people that you have coached, like what's that thing, those key elements that that no, when I included this and when my clients included this, it guaranteed their success.
Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna like start stressing on the whole procedures we already have in the Tech Nation guideline, and
Yeah.
because the Tech Nation is the route I followed, and
Okay.
also um, for other one like
The
academia and research
non-organic
routes,
based,
they
yeah.
also have what their guideline. Even the arts and culture, they all what have their what guideline. So The major thing, number one, make sure you are what? Following the guideline, because as time unfolds, they change. Like there is what we call addendum, amendments, right? So as at the time you apply, make sure you are, in fact, that should be your Bible. If you are, for Christians, I don't know, although most Christians don't read Bible now, I don't know what, okay, that should be your WhatsApp. A
Okay,
kind of,
okay, yeah,
most
we
people
can't
now,
do
they
that
like
one
to
time.
put in their
Yeah,
WhatsApp,
yeah,
like me
everyone
now,
does.
I'm about to get addicted as well. Like I try to check my WhatsApp to see if they have got any message
No
apart from
updates or
all these
anything. Yeah,
group chat that have too many messages.
yeah,
But direct messages, I try to check. Hope I don't have any
yeah,
message
every
today.
day. Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah.
So you need to what read the guideline very well. Okay. Not just reading, like in programming, that's what we
Understand
call
it.
compiler and interpreter, right?
Mm.
Interpreter runs line by line, while compiler compiles all your code
Yeah,
together. You get
yeah.
what I mean? But you need to read this guideline like the
An
interpreter
interpreter.
does, right? You need to read it line by line so that you don't make
Mm,
mistakes. If possible, still get someone to put you through or explain some
mm.
of these things, just to make
Initially,
sure that yes, you are following the guideline. Number one, um,
follow the guideline.
follow the guideline very well. Make sure that if there is any amendment, you follow it, right?
Mhm.
Follow
Yeah.
the guideline. And if you are following the guideline, you already know that, yes, you must not exceed 3 pages, no matter how you like writing. You need to make it to be very, very short, right? And just make sure you are a kind of connecting the whole thing, the whole evidence you've already packaged, right? In your listing, number one, you start by explaining your what drives your interest, and then how the impact you are making, and then on the course of doing that, make sure you are touching all the different evidence. Like in my
Mm.
own listing, I presented the 10 because you can present a minimum of 6 evidence, and you can present maximum of 10 evidence, right? Currently, you are
Okay.
expected to present like use two evidence to satisfy the 3 criteria, like 2 times 3, that's making it
Yeah, yeah.
6. You
Six,
get what I
yeah.
mean? Yes. So yeah, make sure you are following the guideline. Make sure you are connecting all the dots with your this thing,
Mm.
and let me still use that word again. Try to make it compelling. Show that track record, how you have done
Mm.
it, and use statistics, numbers as well. If you get
Mm.
what I mean, like, okay, I did
Okay.
this so yeah, and after that I did this so yeah, so that they will see that this is a track record. It's not that you have done it, let's say, in 10 years ago and you've not been doing it. And global talent needs this, you start doing it again. That's not good. That's not good. Try to
Mm.
connect it. It's like in your CV, employers don't want to see gaps in your
Okay.
experience, right? If you get what I mean. So make
Yeah.
sure you are able to show that track record that, okay, this is what you enjoy doing, this is what you are doing. And also make sure you tell them your plans.
Mm.
During that, your personal statement, you have to tell them what your plans, what you intend doing, why you need this global talent visa, why you think that this global talent visa will help you, right? And how you will help UK, because it's it's
Yeah.
they want to know how you the global talent visa will help you and how you will help UK. So make sure you put your plans, right? What you need to do, what you are doing, because they want to still hear, okay, oh, if you have done this, that means if you are saying that you will do this, you will do it. It's a kind of logical, like you need to like
Yeah.
know that, okay, if this person has done this, it means that if this, yes, this, it means that the
Yeah.
person will also
Yeah.
do what he or she has said that he's gonna do. Like try to make, and look out for stuff that UK wants. In fact, the same thing is applicable to other countries as well, like EB2 NIW, EB1, visa as well.
Mm.
They endorse people now, like if you mention something, okay, and they feel that their country needs something like that, maybe you are coming up with something, solving a problem with AI, you're solving a problem with Gen AI, or you are, doing stuff like that, they enjoy it a lot. So
Hmm.
if you're able to put up these things, it will really go a long way in helping you. Yes, that's my,
Wow. Yeah,
yeah.
wow. I feel like you even gave me more, like you gave me enough elements. Like this, like you have really just exactly. You have even answered my next question, because I
Seriously.
mean, yeah, you've answered my next question. I mean, because you've also gone on
Yeah,
to
I'm also
how to
being
go
careful
down
not
to
to, answer more than expected as well. And also,
expected,
I don't
right?
know
Yeah.
the time frame we have for this. Yes.
Okay, because I mean, you're already taking out time to, explain how people can, structure their evidence to ensure clarity. I mean, you have honestly done that, and that is very, very insightful. Thank you so much. So,
Thank you.
let's go over to, highlighting skills and achievements. Um, what strategies can applicants use to effectively highlight their skills, achievements in their personal statements? Like, what strategies? Like, how should they do it? Should they do like, I did this, or should they just, like, how would you, advise that applicants do that?
Okay. Yeah, I could remember when I joined my current company now, in my current role now, right? One of the things, the trainings we had was storytelling, right? Because I work with Accenture at the moment. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yeah.
hear you.
So one of the things we learned is what? Storytelling. In storytelling, in fact, you can be very good at something, but if you're unable to tell your story well, if you're not able to advertise it, you won't sell it. So being able to what? Tell your story is very much important. It's a very good strategy for writing this. Like I already mentioned, like connecting the dots, connecting all your evidence in your storytelling, right? So it's a very good strategy for doing this. Make sure you what in your storytelling, talk about the track record, the track record of what you have done and when you have done it and stuff like that. So that's very, very important. And like I already said, I never knew that you asked me this question, but I have already mentioned that you make sure that you follow
Right.
the criteria, the guideline. You understand? So first of all, also ask yourself, what are the criteria I'm going to satisfy? In Tech Nation, you have mandatory criteria and 4 optional criteria, right? So you ask yourself, you are required to satisfy the mandatory one and 2 out of those 4 optional criteria. You tell yourself, which one am I going for, right? So you make sure if you are selecting, let's say, the optional criteria 4, which is your impact in research and academia, you make sure that you talk about those impact in your personal statements, right? And if you are talking about, let's say, voluntary, which is optional criteria 2, you make sure what you talk about this thing in your words. Maybe in another paragraph, you talk about it. Talk about everything you have in your evidence, right? The same thing is applicable if you are using the optional criteria 1, maybe the innovation, how you have innovated stuff. If you have, don't assume that people know. Put the link, this thing or Irasan, connect it. Also mention that yes, in your this thing you have this as your evidence in your this thing where maybe they can go through and see more detail about it and stuff like that. Always reference what if you have somebody, maybe one of your recommenders mention something that you feel that will be very helpful in your personal statement. Please refer to that thing that I did it in my own time according to the this. So he called it, maybe the name you used in saving it. If you use the person's name, the recommendation letter from so person stated this. You can then elaborate it and stuff in your own little way so that it will connect to what a third party have said about you. Personal statement is your own, but you can reference those third party. They say that's a strategy I used. I reference those third parties, what they have mentioned, right? That will, really go a long way in helping. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so let's go down to common pitfalls and practices. So, what are some of the common mistakes that you see that applicants make in their personal statements, and how can they avoid them? So, from your experience with working with people, like what are the common mistakes, and how do you always advise them to, correct those mistakes, especially if they get
Okay.
rejected
One
and they
of
are
the
pushing
common
for them?
Okay, thank you. One of the common mistakes people make, number one, most people don't look at the guideline, right? You may have started preparing for global talent visa, let's say 6 months ago, but at the time when you are trying to apply, so many things have changed. I could remember so many things changed from when I started preparing to when I was ready to apply. I had to like go back again, read through the guideline again to make sure that okay. It was during my own time that they started recommending us, the Tech Nation advised that we should digitally sign recommendation letters,
Mm,
right? So before that time, there was nothing like that. Although people still make that mistake of not digitally signing it, right? When I mean digitally signing your recommendation letter, I mean maybe signing it. They recommend that signing it with DocuSign, if you get what I
no,
mean,
okay. Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah, I get
So,
that.
so please, most people, that have consulted me in this make that mistake of not following the being up to date with the guideline is very, very much
Mm,
important, right? Even some people that are helping people as well, most of them are not following the guideline. They are making the mistake of using the previous knowledge, the knowledge they have maybe in helping somebody, let's say 6 months ago, in helping somebody after 6 months. Things might have changed. Make sure you follow the guideline. That's a mistake most people make,
mm,
and also try and make it to be real. Don't lie, just be yourself, you know, talk something you have done. And why I tell people, some people will come to me, dear me, Andrew, please, you are a global talent visa coach and a recipient. Please, I'm interested in getting this global talent visa. After consultation with the person, seriously, most of them, I will tell them that please, you need to invest on yourself. You need time. You need to work on some things. You understand? So some people, they will come to you. They don't have the evidence. They will say they want to get the global talent visa. It doesn't work that way.
mm,
Why my advice for them is what? Okay, do this, do this. I did it for some people, and it's working for them now, right?
mm,
Do this, do this. Some people maybe they have like three evidence, but three evidence will not get you this endorsement.
mm,
What I do now is to tell them how to strategically go about it, by doing what? If you have not been volunteering, or you have volunteered, let's say 3 years or 5 years ago or 4 years ago, please, you need to start volunteering. And not not all the volunteering work is eligible. That's another thing. And reading a guideline line by line will help you know that not all the mentorship program we get is eligible. It has to
mm,
be a you know, um, structured program for you to get endorsement as a mentor there. So in your personal statement, make sure that you put those things and make them know that, okay, this you're volunteering, this where you are mentoring is a structured program. People make mistake of not mentioning those little things. These are
mm.
gray areas they are looking for, right? If you're able to mention those simple things, it will make a whole lot of sense. I can keep counting, but let me stop at this point.
Okay, wow. Wow, that's very, very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank
So,
you.
based on your own experience, what challenges did you face while you were writing your personal statement, and how did you overcome them?
Mm. That's a very nice question, to be honest, right? I faced challenges, to be honest. But one thing that helped me, I believe that every challenge is there to charge me for a positive change,
Mm,
right? then I was working for HMRC. You know, it was not easy to combine it with full-time work, right? So I was doing it. I was preparing for this thing, right, and also working full-time. So the time I even have some time to work, I only have some time to work on it only on weekends, and sometimes after work. It wasn't easy for me, right? At a point, I had to take time off from work, use my annual holidays and stuff like that. That helped me, and also it was difficult for me to connect these dots. These things I said, it sounds very easy, but it's not easy as it sounds, right?
Yeah.
You need to, there are so many work that goes into, into getting these things done. Number one, make sure you have outlined, okay, you have gone through this thing and you have known, okay, these are the criteria I'm going for. Then you start writing the personal statement. In fact, I had the updated one, updated two, updated three. Like, while I was doing it, I was writing my personal statement. But at the long run, I jumped into one YouTube video saying that if you are looking for evidence, what you need to, if you are looking for evidence to put up, endeavor to do what? Google your name, to see if there are some stuffs, some awards, some recognitions, or work you've done that you don't remember. Do you know that I did it and jumped into award I was given by BCS, British Computer Society? And this is a very it's a very nice award. I jumped. In fact, they even published my name in the this thing. You understand? And the course of doing that, I found so many, or even some of the journals I've written. I started saying, this journal, I know it. You understand? That's why I decided, okay, I'm gonna put optional criteria 4 as one of them, right? So why doing this thing? These are some of the challenges people encounter, knowing, okay, what to do, to solve some problems. So this is how I was able to, do this thing. And watching the ability to write again, watch people, how they were able to do their own. Like, if anybody is able to go through this video, I believe that it will, a kind of give people insight. Maybe maybe they will be able to go home with, okay, with the information that if they are able to maybe go on Google, search their name on Google, they will be able to. So many people may not be aware that they can do that and see something tangible they will leverage on, So, and so many other things, which the time may not permit us to start talking about.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, that's very insightful. I didn't know that. I'm just learning. So, thank you. So, yeah. So, what questions do you often receive from applicants about writing their personal statements, and how do you typically address this question? So, when somebody comes to you, what's that one question they're always asking from your experience?
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. About is it specifically about writing
Yes, about
personal
writing their
statement?
personal statements. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, like the question you asked me initially, how did I do my own? Kind of. So the first question people ask, how did you write? How did you write your personal statement? Did you write it by yourself? Did you contract maybe a lawyer or someone? Or did someone write it for you? Maybe a friend, an advisor, or anybody help you write it? The answer I give them is no, and that's true. If I have to answer your question in a nutshell, like in short, is what this is the question, and this is what my answer is always no. I did it myself. The only thing is that it's gonna take you more time to do it, right? Because I could remember contacting some advisors because I was working and doing it. It was around the time they mentioned that another body will take over,
Take my
technical
shot
and
now.
all of that. So people we are afraid. I have given a lot of time to this thing. I don't want to just be here and this thing will close and I won't do it. And
Yeah.
I was like, let me see if I will get somebody so that I will get this thing done, because it was a very busy period for us at work as at then. So I couldn't really, I feel that I, I need support, and I contacted people to help. To be honest, the amount they mentioned, I said no.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean, these things don't come cheap. Like honestly, they don't come cheap.
yes, because I knew that I've done most of the stuff, right? And I just needed somebody to help me put it together. It's not that I've not written anything, if you get what I mean. But the
Yeah.
amount they mentioned, I don't blame them, because when I started writing it, I said,
You understood
no
yeah,
wonder
you understood.
we are charging
You
this thing.
understand the tag, the price tag now.
Seriously, it's not easy. When I started doing it, I said, no wonder. Because if someone has to write this thing very well for you, not the one from ChatGPT, which they have a way now they are fishing
Oh
it out,
yes, yeah.
not this thing.
No.
If someone has to help you listen to your story, then write it for you, man, it's not an easy job,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
It's
yeah.
not an easy job, right? So um that's another question I get from people, right? So though I assist some persons, right, this
Okay.
time, but I will have to tell you the truth, it comes with a fee. And
Yeah, I mean,
people
these
have been
things don't
talking
come
good about
cheap.
it, but some people they will feel. I've had someone I mentioned. Okay, he said that okay, can you please help me write this? And I told him, okay, if you want to get insight on how to write it, I can do it free of charge. But if you want me to do it for you, seriously, it will have to come with something.
The price,
You know,
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy decided to go and do it himself. As I speak to you
Obviously.
now, the guy has not applied.
Yes, that's
If
the
you get
applied
what I
because
mean,
it's
why?
not skill. He's still probably
Yeah,
writing.
he was like thinking that it's that easy, right?
Yeah.
But and he doesn't have maybe the time and stuff like that. So, but I also try to help. Even he calls me to get some help. If you get what I mean, I also like tell him like, okay, do this, what. He has not been able to because he still has other stuff to write, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So if you have all the time, take all the time, do it. It's good. It's good. If you do it like me now, me being able to do it for myself helped me to a kind of be able to also help people,
Help
even
others, yeah.
make some small money from it as well.
Yeah.
So, which is a good thing. I can decide to start it as a business tomorrow.
Yeah.
A full-time
Obviously.
job will let me. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? But I'm not
Yeah.
limited. I'm not limited by this thing, so I can actually do it. But me now personally, do I have the time? That's another thing. I know I have the time to maybe help. If I start, they say, a full-fledged business, is something I'm still looking at if I will be able to, handle it.
Yeah.
But for now, I'm okay, helping few persons,
Helping,
help
yes.
them at least. I'm happy that yes, I contributed to the success of
Some
the
patience.
stores. Yeah.
Wow. That's that's so nice. So for you, would you if you were to choose, like for people that come to you, writing it themselves or paying someone write it, which would you pick?
Okay. If can you repeat the question? I didn't
Helping
get it.
writing the personal statement themselves as opposed
Okay.
to paying someone to write it, which would you tell, an applicant? Which would
Okay. Okay.
for you now?
Yes. It depends. It depends on the individual. If the
Okay.
person have got the time, right? Good and fine. Let the person write it on his or her own. But also consult people, because the
Okay,
amount
yeah,
you'll be
that's
charged
very important.
consulting someone, right, an experienced person, who, if you're writing it by yourself and you're consulting somebody to get advice, maybe strategy of doing it, you won't be charged that high
That
compared to
much,
when the
yeah.
person you are
It's
contracting
actually
somebody to
writing
write it
it.
for you. Like me, if you contract me If it's a simple question, I wouldn't even charge you. But if it's like questions that we need to look at so many things before I will be able to answer, you will pay for
That
discovery
consultation.
session,
Yeah.
right? So if you now feel that, okay, you need my assistance in writing this, you need my experience, like I have helped so many people get, if you check on the technician forum, the distance, you will see my people tagging me and thanking me about
Well,
the impact I've made in helping them. Some of them I don't know them, to be honest, So if they have the time, let them do it. But if you don't have the time, please look for someone that is good and willing to help.
yeah.
Because this is something, is not, if you get it, you even forget about the money you spent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, to
I'm
compensate for the
telling you,
money.
you
Yeah.
forget the freedom it gives.
Yeah.
Yeah, you easily forget the money. The money is spent in contracting. Even if you paid £10,000 for it, right? You forget it. Because that freedom, if you are good too, you can even start a business and do a job, do work for many employers, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's my own answer to the question. I don't know if
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
answered it very well, but that's
Yeah,
my
thank
own
you. You did.
advice.
No,
Yes,
yeah.
because
I mean,
no two persons are the same.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was
Mm,
your personal view that I wanted. Thank you.
mm,
Okay, so we are almost rounding up. So this one is,
mm,
if this one is like final advice, right? If you could
okay.
give one piece of advice to prospective global talent visa applicants about writing their personal statement, what would it be?
Mm, an advice
Yeah, just
for
maybe one. People that are looking to apply, like what's that one advice you would tell them, about concerning their personal statements?
okay, okay. My advice for anyone will be, make sure you are connecting all these dots we are
Mm,
talking of, all this evidence you are doing, what you are submitting, you are putting up. Please make sure what you are connecting all these
absolutely.
dots, all this evidence, right? It's very, very important because I'm not a reviewer, right? But my instinct tells me that they, whilst looking at your this thing, they also want to maybe look at your statement and how does all this whole thing connect and what you have in mind of doing, right? Make sure what you have in mind of doing, if you get the visa, make sure it's on your personal statement, right? Also, leverage on, they appreciate numbers, right?
Mm,
You say that you have helped people. How many persons have you helped in within so time, right? From, you can say, from this year to this year, or in 2022, you help so number of people do this and this thing, or let's say you help tutored so many let's say 500 persons in programming, and 200 of them have gotten a job. This is what you have done, and this is the impact it has made on people's life, and in turn on the economy of what the UK, right? So, and this thing now, the impact it has made has so many benefits. Like, it has stopped or reduced unemployment in the country. These are the things they want to see do. So make sure you have these things, you know, you know, uh, just numbers, statistics, compare what is happening, how this thing, make them see reasons of, see reason to even beg for you to be in the country. These are some of the things, I advise it, and make sure you that is doing this, that is going for this global talent visa, make sure that even while you have submitted this thing, even in your social media and stuff like that, please make sure you put things out so that they won't feel that, okay, you've done this and you submitted, and that's all. You did all this thing just because of this thing. So make sure
yes,
you have
yes.
something to show on the this thing online, to say, okay, this actually you've been, you're also continuing in this great work you've said you've been doing, and
Mm.
and stuff like that. These are my advice for people.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really insightful. Online presence is important, honestly. Yeah, thank you
Yes.
so much. Okay, so this is like the very last question. What personal insights or tips can you share with applicants to help them stay motivated and confident throughout the process, the application process? Like, because sometimes, you can feel like you already said, you
Overwhelmed.
might feel choked and overwhelmed. Like, what tips and what strategies can help them actually stay motivated? Because I mean, this is really like this one hell of a this thing. It's not like a walk in the park or something. It's
Yes.
so. So, what advice would you give them?
Okay.
Or tips, basically, like tips that could help them.
Yes. Number one tips. Okay, I'll give some tips,
Okay.
right? Always try and stay motivated even when it seems too difficult.
Yeah.
Even when it seems that it won't be achievable,
Mm.
try to be what? Optimistic, right? Look out for success stories. Look out for people that have done it, right? It happened to me in my own time. When I heard about this global talent visa, I wanted to apply. I started looking out for, okay, I started studying the guideline. Man, it still looks so overwhelming, right?
Yeah.
It seems that it's not gonna be achievable for me. I decided to like pause, like leave everything. All of a sudden, someone posted on LinkedIn that I'm thrilled to share that
I've
I've
received it.
been endorsed by Global Talent Visa, by Tech Nation and stuff like that. What I did, I just looked at the person's profile. I saw what the person has done. I saw the person's profile, what he's doing and what he has done. I said, this person has gotten this Global Talent Visa. If this person has gotten it, I will get it.
Yeah, right.
To be frank, yeah, I looked at, okay, it's not that I've not done something. Yes, I've done something. As I then, I've been doing so many things right from, in fact,
Mm.
right from when I was in Nigeria, like I already mentioned about,
Yeah.
Saeed, the what I did with NACOMS. National, I represented Michael Opera University of Agriculture,
Mm.
this thing, for one tech competition. And at this thing, I also represented this thing at the state level,
Mm.
UC Maitama. You understand? I built so many things, some systems, you understand, which I have proof. I said, why am I saying that I can't get this thing? That alone gave me courage. I decided to go
Mm.
back to my drawing board. Always look at another reason. Always look out for reason to stay motivated. Look out for those
Yeah.
reasons. Don't allow it to come to you. You understand? That's another tip. Look out for reasons why you should encourage yourself that yes. Henry Ford says, if you say I can or cannot, you are right. So whatever
Yeah.
you say about yourself is just going to be, So when I after seeing that post, I decided to do this thing, jump on it, and started working on the distance. So that alone, really helped me, and also, looking like we already mentioned, watching those
YouTube
YouTube
video.
videos,
Mm.
watching podcasts, watching
Mm.
programs like this, you hear about people's success story. You now know how to come in. Also try and reach out to people as well. Reach out to people. I know some people may not be able to respond, but if you reach out to, let's say, 10 persons, about three, if not more
Okay.
than, could respond or reply, right? Even if it means paying small money, maybe to get this maybe discovery sessions, sometimes we may think it's not helpful, but it's very, very helpful to give you that, that foundation you need to, get going, right? Because a journey of 1,000 kilometers starts with a step. That information may be something, that foundation you need to, start, going, start moving. So those little things, don't overlook anything, get information. But another thing, please, when you get demoralizing response, please throw it away and start moving. I could remember someone told me that that is not possible, that I can't get it, simply because at the long run, I discovered that the person only advise or knows how to help people within the academia and research. In fact, to tell you how deep I went, I contacted one of my lecturers here at the University of Salford, who told me, okay, that he knows a lady that advise people for this global talent. Even when you pay for session, and the person tells you that you won't be able to, please ask the person why. What's your reason, right? The only reason you may not be able to get it may be you don't have enough evidence, right? Please ask the person, do you have any advice on how I could build up my evidence in order to increase my chances? But this woman, what she told me was that, sorry, I won't be able to get it because I'm not a lecturer, because I just graduated. Have I graduated then, or about to graduate when I made that call? I'm not a lecturer, so and stuff. She didn't even mention about global talent, tech nation, and all of that. Understand? When I asked her about this thing, she now told me that no, she doesn't really know much about that route. That was okay. I said, okay, fine and good. But he shouldn't have told me that it's not possible.
Yeah,
I didn't tell her this, but
yeah, I understand, but that can be demoralizing for people. It can just, charge your morale. It can just really damage morale.
Yes. I like challenges. I love challenges because they charge me for a positive change. So because when she mentioned that, I said, okay, that's fine. The thing even motivated me. I didn't allow that to demoralize me. What I did is just to continue researching, going through the technician, this thing. That happened before I even saw that the person that shared that he got, right? It's because of what I keep looking out for. Yeah, but the thing wanted to discourage me, but thank God.
Yeah, still
motivated. I'm so happy that I wasn't demoralized. I forged ahead. I did it, and it came out successfully. I'm very happy.
Yeah, wow, yeah. I know that joy that always comes whenever you see, that approval letter. It's always that endorsement letter. The joy that comes in seeing that letter. Hey, God.
Yeah.
It's unmatched.
Seriously,
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
There's so many things I may not want to start sharing now, but it's a very good one, to be honest. It's a very good one. Yes.
Yeah.
Stay positive.
Yes, stay positive.
Keep pushing. Don't allow anything to demoralize you. Keep pushing.
Yeah. And I'm talking about, when people say, you meet a coach and then or you meet someone for help and they tell you outrightly that you are not ready because you don't have like evidences or something. So I'm just giving this insight to everyone out there. If that was your case, I mean, in my team, we have something we call Accelerate Global Talent. So this is for people that are not ready yet. So we'll coach you to the process that you are going to be able to gather these evidences and actually prepare you to be ready. So we help people do that. Yeah. So yeah, my team and I, we help people do that. So if they told you that you are not ready, we can make you ready. So yeah,
I wish I had that opportunity then.
Yeah. So we make that opportunity for people. Whenever they tell you are not ready, we can make you ready. We expose you to opportunities these tips and everything you need to actually be ready and have your evidences to apply. So yeah, Mr. Andrew, it was very, very nice talking to you. I don't know if you have final words you want to say or
It's a quick question. How does one enroll into that program? Like
okay,
for people
so
that want to get information how to enroll.
yeah. So our website is glottal.com. So if you get on the website, you will you will have a form there that has check your eligibility. So you fill the form. So once if someone, the marketing head, reviews your form and looks at what you have, like from the responses you give, then she can decide if you are going to be for the accelerate global talent, or you're actually going to be like a direct global talent. And that way they will just move you into the team and walk you through the process. So it's that simple.
Wow.
Just on our
Wow.
website, glottal.com, you can fill the form and then we'll follow up with you from there. So it's that simple. It's a straightforward process.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
yeah. So yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Andrew, for being here. I almost thought this session was not going to hold. I almost thought, but it was very nice at the end of the day to actually have you on board with me here and we from Global team. So if you are watching and you don't know what Glottal does, so we help people to navigate the rigorous endorsement stage to actually get their talent visa for the UK, US, and other leading countries too. So that's what we do. Our website is glottal.com. You can visit there and actually, fill the form to get an opportunity to talk to us. So thank you everyone watching till now, and thank you also Mr. Andrew for being with me on this show to this end. It was really nice talking to you and very insightful. I learned a lot. I promise you, I learned a lot. There are things I didn't even know about. Just listening to you speak. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much. I'm really, really very, very grateful that you could make it. Thank you, Mr. Andrew. So I think this will be us calling it a night.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So thank you. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much. So we hope to chat and catch up again some other time.
Sure. I'm always there. I'm just a
Okay.
DM away.
Wow. Yeah. So we hope to catch up some other time. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I
You're
really
welcome.
appreciate it. Okay. Bye.
Okay. Thanks for having me. Okay. Thank you. Bye.